Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, and we back with a banger, man. Your boy Snoop Dogg and Diddy freak off tape have been leaked, and that came from an attorney. And guys, Carter was one of their sex trafficking victims, y'all. And this ain't just alleged, because man, if y'all watched my video earlier about Carter, she stated that people that she was trafficked with was none other than Snoop Dogg, Diddy, Birdman. Young Jock was surprising. You understand what I'm saying? And even Denzel Washington. But see, a lawyer has dropped it. So see, what a lot of you guys don't understand, and make sure you stay to the end. A lot of you youngsters don't know that when Death Row was thriving and alive, and Tupac was alive, man, when Tupac was deleted and taken out of this world, Tupac and Snoop Dogg, they weren't even getting along. And here's why. Because Snoop Dogg and Diddy had got like this. See, Snoop Dogg and Diddy had been going to them parties and running them trains a long time ago. Now, I'm not going to say that Snoop is part of the rainbow activity, but he definitely had been doing some three-way stuff with Diddy, because this ain't the first time, guys. This is not the first time. Because like I said, Snoop Dogg was not even in Las Vegas with the rest of Death Row the day that Tupac took some bullets, because he wasn't alive that day. He took some bullets. He wasn't there because they had been beefing because of Snoop Dogg and Diddy's relationship. You can go check the records and figure it out for yourself. Snoop Dogg actually felt guilty when Tupac got hit with some bullets because he was not there because of the relationship. And you can go back and look at some pictures, man, of Snoop Dogg when he was dressed like a gangster and he had his hair all permed out. Him and Pac standing next to each other, and they frowning because they wasn't getting along, because Tupac knew about these Diddy parties, man. But let me get into the video, man. Let me not keep y'all too long, because if you don't know it, this channel is going a lot towards this trafficking and people who dealt with a lot of this human trafficking with Diddy. You dig what I'm saying? So make sure y'all come to my live later on, because a lot of these rappers have been involved with this human sex trafficking with some of these girls and boys and grown-ups. I'm coming to find out, and I got a very credible source. Guys, let's get into this video.
Talk about the Diddy celebrity tapes he has possession of, and also exclusive details surrounding Diddy and Gene Deal's involvement with Biggie's death and the origins of Kim Porter's alleged memoir.
It looks like all those speculations about Snoop Dogg's creepy connection with Diddy might really be true. A lawyer has allegedly confirmed the sale of a tape that features an A-list celeb with Diddy in a compromising situation, and allegedly that person is none other than Snoop Dogg. This happened after a Diddy insider came forward with alleged tapes of Diddy's relationships with other Hollywood men and hard copies of Kim Porter's real memoir.
Snoop letting Diddy rub on his hand.
Damn.
You understand? And that's where one of the exes come from. Snoop.
Can you hold it up a little bit more? Let me see how that. Oh yeah, dang.
Guys, if you don't know what that is Kim Porter's first copy of her book. You dig what I'm saying? The one that they took off the shelf. And as you see, man, him and Snoop is buddy. They was giving each other that flashlight, you dig? But see, that's why Snoop Dogg has been so quiet during this Diddy saga, because he's on them tapes. And it's already bad enough. Snoop and Shantae are supposedly going through another divorce, because that Snoop has an outside kid. This is during the time, just so you know, during this period when Diddy and Snoop were doing their thing at the Diddy parties, and Snoop and Pac were not getting along. That's when Snoop's outside child was conceived, named Julian, his son, outside the marriage. And then Shantae got him back and had a daughter that wasn't his, y'all. Let's call it what it is, man. But at the end of the day, all of them, man, was allegedly messing with underage victims. I don't know how old they were on the tape, but I know for a fact that Snoop and Diddy, man, they were part of this human trafficking thing, y'all. Keep on watching this channel, see where it's going. I'm going to have some guest stars on here pretty soon. We don't have to say allegedly when you seen things for yourself. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? We don't hold our man hand. We shake and get get it back in our pocket.
According to this insider, Diddy was just a pawn and Snoop was the mastermind. The insider, Courtney Burgess, is the CEO of Alter Ego Records, a music veteran of 35 years from New Jersey. Now we have been hearing about these tapes for months without any evidence, but this insider is claiming that he actually possesses the videotapes of all the debauchery that was going down in these parties, from freak-offs to celebrities swapping partners. Burgess revealed that federal agents had raided his home in search of evidence. Days later, on October 24th, Burgess received a subpoena to surrender flash drives, electronic devices, and other materials connected to Diddy. Burgess testified at a federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan, October 31st, represented by attorney Ariel Mitchell, who also represents other victims of Diddy who are on these tapes. In his interview, Burgess claimed that tapes in his possession included footage of 2 young or underage artists, allegedly Usher and Justin Bieber, as well as mentions of Jaden Smith. Now, several industry people like Suge Knight and Kanye West have been calling out.
Now you see what they said. Underage. See, this is what this is why I'm on this subject, guys, going all gas, no break. And I'm going to keep leaving this content 10 toes down till they do something about it. You dig? This was the human trafficking, y'all. See, Usher was the first one that we know of getting trafficked as a little boy. He brought in Justin Bieber, Stockholm Syndrome. Snoop was a part of that. They was messing with they were at these parties with these underage people. See, when the FBI got those tapes, they saw everything. But in order for the FBI to bring charges against someone, you have to be a victim. Now, it's certain people, Allycarter being one of them, who have brought out and spoke out about what happened to them as a child being human trafficked around Diddy and Snoop and other people like Denzel, Young Jock. What surprised me was Birdman. But unless somebody wants to go to criminal court and press charges, the government can't do nothing with it. But everybody that found out that they own these tapes and they keeping quiet because they don't want to ruin their happy home. And Snoop don't want to lose half of death row. Come on now.
Snoop for moving like a snitch for decades. And now we have actual evidence that Snoop might not be as innocent as he seems. During a phone interview with Chris Cuomo, Suge Knight from prison had a lot of things to say about Diddy's case. He said in respect to the essay, Diddy only passed on to the younger generation after him what the older generation before him did to him. When asked to explain, he goes to mention top names in the industry as the older generation, and Snoop Dogg's name happened to be a part of them, and that Snoop and Jay-Z knew what Diddy was up to, but still egged him on.
Now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him.
You're right. Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
Suge also said that anyone who wants to become someone in the music industry, they all have undergo a test. And as a result of that test, the test called the boiled egg test allegedly involves raw eggs being inserted into the backside of a young artist. And it must not be, should it break, they do not pass the test.
You know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood.
Hold up. Did y'all hear what they just, oh my God. Oh my God. They just said that if a flashlight like this, right? Because you got to understand, man, a flashlight, this is bigger than a boiled egg. If this flashlight don't go up in you, if you ain't been taking that flashlight, if ain't nobody been giving you that flashlight, you dig? So that egg can get up in you and not break, you ain't ready. That means for y'all penitentiary people, if you don't know how to keister, which means put something up there, or suitcase, or put something in your pocket, as they say in the pen. If you can't do that without breaking an egg, they saying you ain't ready yet. Man, you got to see what they did to Tevin Campbell, man. That's a whole nother video, y'all. Hey, man, these people in this industry have been doing stuff to these, especially these boys. Like, you notice they didn't say the women. They said the boys, the boiled egg test. This the man, guys, put in the comments, man, how y'all feel about this boiled egg test. And if any of y'all ever heard about the boiled egg test, because this is my first time hearing it. Like, I'm totally shocked behind that. This is a real life reaction. Like, that's crazy and sick. And I don't even understand. Y'all tell me in the comments why y'all think these men will want to be putting their flashlight up in these young boys. I don't get it. And that's why we on this human trafficking thing. And make sure y'all tune in at 4 p.m. Pacific time for my live. You dig? Because this is where we going on this channel for a long, long time. Let's go.
So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second,
Suge. You just look.
Suge,
you got to do.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puppy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. At the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry, not for the people.
You hear what he said? That's Suge Knight from the penitentiary. Suge Knight got 26 years. He ain't got no reason to lie. We've never heard Suge Knight. The only lie that I've ever heard Suge Knight tell, the only lie, and I've been around before death row. Matter of fact, I've been around because I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. You dig what I'm saying? I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. You dig? Matter of fact, 2 years ago, I spent Halloween at Suge Knight's ex-wife's house. Suge Knight used to be a bodyguard of some of the biggest D-boys out here in Vegas when he went to UNLV and playing football. The only lie I ever heard Suge Knight tell was that he didn't know who Boom Boom Tupac, because Keefy D was in the car. Him and Keefy D grew up together and played Pop Warner football. This man has no reason to lie, man. I'm telling you.
Who don't get in. So everybody, you gotta look at it like this. You see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth sticks and lipsticks and nose sticks, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young man with no confidence, because they've been that way all their life. So all of a sudden, if you look at puffy old, don't look nothing like his new. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But Suge, just because he has plastic surgery.
And now this insider claims that Snoop knew everything that was going on and was even recorded on some tapes. In his interview with the Lionel B Show, Lionel asked Courtney about a bunch of exes found in Kim Porter's memoir and who those exes were referring to. Courtney says that those exes refer to Snoop Dogg and goes on to say that it shows that Snoop had been in bed with Diddy.
Now, another part of that book as well, I want to just kind of switch gears just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, in the PG version, there's X's. There's a bunch of X's for certain people's names. Like who was the X's that was taken out of the book?
The X's was for Snoop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold up. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? So here's my thing. Kim Porter gone. Kim Porter is in heaven. You mean to tell me Kim Porter lying? Guys, let me tell you some things that stand up in court being ex-law enforcement. Let me tell you a few things that stand up in court when a person is no longer alive that stand up in court when it comes to crime. One of them is called a dying declaration, right? A dying declaration. That means if a person have been victim of a crime and they passing away and the police ask them who did it, and they say, oh, well, I think Snoop Dogg did. No, they ain't gonna say, I think Snoop Dogg did it. That's the person who unalived me. Guess what? They can use that in court and they will prosecute you. Because matter of fact, I was in law enforcement when Tupac was shot, and the last thing he said to the sergeant that held his head on the strip as he was gurgling blood, and this sergeant was trying to get a dying declaration out of Tupac Shakur, and you can go look this up for yourself, people. The last thing Tupac said before he lost consciousness was F you. He was trying to get a dying declaration. And the second thing that stand up in court, people, is somebody's diary. So you mean Kim Porter is she got better things to do than to make up a lie about Snoop in her diary. She's not even here. You dig what I'm saying? See, Snoop was out there, man, and he got caught, and he been part of this human trafficking thing all along, man. It's much deeper than y'all think. I'm just learning here lately that it's a lot deeper than I think, and I'm going to take y'all on the journey with me, man. Y'all stay here, man. It's all gas, no break. I don't care what y'all say about my content. Yeah, I'm on this type of time. Let's go.
It was for him, about him sleeping with, supposed to be in the bed with Diddy.
Whoa, that's
and,
crazy.
They caught it. You understand? Like I said, we call him the director. You don't sit on his lap or do what Diddy want to do. It's cut. You do what he wants you to do. It's action.
In his interview, Courtney was asked how the PG version of the memoir was different from the R-rated version. Courtney pointed out pictures, stated how men don't touch each other the way Diddy touched some in the video, like Snoop rubbing on Diddy's hand, Diddy and Neo's closeness, Diddy and his junior being oiled up, and Andre being pulled in Diddy's embrace as if they had just tongue-kissed.
Snoop letting Diddy rub on his hand.
Damn.
You understand? And that's where one of the exes come from. Snoop.
Can you hold it up a little bit more? Let me see how that. Oh yeah, dang.
You understand? We don't hold our man hand. We shake it and get it back.
We don't hold hands, people. We don't hold hands. And guys, I wasn't even gonna bring up what Diddy has been alleged to have been doing to his own kids, because I got plenty more time and much more conversation to go. Guys, man, I got conversation like train smoke. It's never ending.
In my pocket.
Right.
They got Diddy and Neo. And if you heard Neo's wife call him Little Diddy, they like freak off, get high and get freak off. They all baby oil you up.
Look, Diddy, look, Neo, aka Schaefer Smith, from none other than what? Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, I know his stories. You dig what I'm saying? Look at Diddy and his son all oiled up, man. Who freaks off with their own son? This is the type of sick individual I'm talking about, and this is what I mean, man. You got this man who trafficked Al B. Shore's son. Guys, I work out with my 73-year-old father every day since I was 13 years old, and I'm 49 years old. Me and my daddy ain't never been shirtless and oiled up. Matter of fact, I don't even think we ever been shirtless with each other unless I was a kid and we was playing shirts and skin basketball like they did back in the day. But don't nobody do that, man. Shout out in the comments, man, if you be oiled up, if you think that's funny about somebody, if you think that's right, that somebody oiled up with their grown-ass son. Come on, man. These are not no coincidences, and y'all always talking about proof, so there you go.
Oh, man, what the hell is that?
There's that.
Yo. Not him and the son. That's the son, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Damn.
And you got Andre Harrell. He hugged up like they finished tongue kissing.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, Andre Harrell is the person who hired Diddy. Man, and if you do your history, Andre Harrell, when Andre bought his first $1 million mansion, Diddy moved in, beat the mansion before Andre Harrell. Him and Andre Harrell had a cat fight, a boyfriend and girlfriend fight, and he fired Diddy. That's how Diddy went on to create Bad Boy Records. But here was the caveat, people, what you don't know. When Andre Harrell fired Diddy, he let him take who? The greatest bisexual rapper that ever lived, aka Notorious B.I.G. And that ain't come from me, guys. That ain't come from me. That's come from Jonathan Hay, y'all. Jonathan Hay said that Notorious B.I.G. was the greatest bisexual rapper alive. And I got videos on that too, in proof. Sex trafficking at its best.
Yeah. We don't hug on our boys like that, sitting that close on each other's lap. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Snoop and Diddy, you know, in an appropriate way. But the reason why they in there is speak about that. And with Biggie. Now, how you rolling with Pac? This is a big question for everybody.
Courtney even goes further to say that Snoop was a snitch for the whole LAPD, and none of the charges put up against him ever stuck, and he'd get released without filing the paperwork.
He's sweet with his ally. Snoop's son grew up with Diddy's son, and we know it. We just see how far he was doing. He was a double agent. You understand? He was a double agent for the record labels.
And what y'all fail to realize is, let me tell y'all something, man. let me give y'all some game about their sons. Guys, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look up a high school called Bishop Gorman High School. Matter of fact, I got a little cousin there that's one of the top running backs in the country, and he's a freshman. Bishop Gorman High School is one of the top prep schools in the country. And I'm talking football. Both of their sons that are the same age, both of them moved out here and had their sons go to where? Bishop Gorman High School. Both of their sons. And then both of their sons went where? UCLA. Guys, they've been kicking it for a long time, man. Y'all just ain't up on that shit. Now, if you think I'm lying, go ahead and do your history and see where their sons went to high school and college at. Bishop Gorman, because Snoop's son played quarterback. I don't know what position Diddy's son played, and both of them went to UCLA because Diddy beat up the football coach. They been kicking it. That's why Pac wasn't fucking with him, man. With a night heat when he got unalive.
He was a snitch for the LAPD. You understand? When he had the murder, he got caught with some weed. Should went to bail him out, but he was already released with no paperwork.
Damn.
He bought his way out of a charge of 2 white 15-year-old young ladies. You understand? He don't respect no.
And he ain't lying about that unaliving case. Or Snoop caught that case with the bodyguard. Oh yeah, he didn't get bailed out. See, I was here then, man. Y'all youngsters wasn't alive yet. But yeah, this man is telling the truth.
Females, the black females, he put dog chains around. You understand? So he's no better. He just got his own type of way. You understand?
And let's not forget, Suge has been saying for years that Snoop Dogg wasn't as loyal to Tupac as GE claimed to be.
And I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Face to face is going to be a lot of explaining to do.
But Suge didn't stop there. He reminded everyone that he's known Snoop for years and even brought up how he was the one who fronted the money for Snoop's bail during that case way back in the day. Suge's basically saying that Snoop owes him big time, and now it seems like he's throwing that back in Snoop's face, implying that Snoop turned his back on him after everything Suge did for him.
I've been doing that young dude a long time. He ain't young no more, but I've been doing it since he was a young man. And I did everything in my power to make sure he kept his freedom.
He did.
One user even said, my suspension and gut instincts since the 90s about Snoop and Diddy have been proven correct. What kind of man would rather kick it with Diddy than Tupac? Yep, isn't it?
And that's why Snoop left Death Row, moved to Louisiana, and joined what? No Limit Records, because Master P is a powerhouse down there, man, and you couldn't touch Snoop down there. See, a lot of y'all didn't even know that. A lot of y'all youngsters didn't even know that Snoop used to be with No Limit. He made one album.
It's weird after all that went down with the Tupac. Snoop still rolled with Diddy like that.
And I asked him what he thought, and he flat out said that Snoop is loyal. And he losing friends.
Y'all know the internet had to chime in. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, it's all going off. One user wrote, Ben knew Snoop and was a snake, and Pac felt that snake energy too. I just don't know how deep the rabbit hole went, thanks to Kim Porter. Even their last MTV interview, Snoop had that sus look on his face like he knew of Pac's imminent demise. SMDH. Kamama will visit him soon enough though. RIP Pac. And I'm glad Kim cleared up the gay rumors about Pac. He was solid. Another said, Snoop looks bisexual and acted ever since he has been running with Diddy, and he always say how he loved Diddy after they shot him. Snoop and Dre was accused of the same, and Dre gay, his wife Es was a trans. Another said, just a coincidence how Snoop starts blowing up. Olympics, NFL, The Voice, T-Mobile, etc. At the same time Puff's world starts to crumble, pure coincidence. Another user posted another hilarious comment saying, that's why
I know why Snoop is promoting his marriage, because his wife gonna leave his ass again. Shit, this ain't the first time. Go check out my video on it, man. Go check out my video on it.
Snoop is promoting his marriage so hard right now. Neither Snoop nor Diddy has addressed the allegations directly, and that silence is deafening. Fans are reading.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. They haven't addressed: the human trafficking, y'all. See, everybody that's been attached to that human trafficking in them Diddy parties, man, it's like, Jay-Z quiet. Now he want to comb his hair out and want to start rapping again. Ain't nobody fucking with him. You got your boy Russell Simmons that moved up out of here. Everybody then got quiet, especially Uncle Snoop Dogg, because he on them tapes. And as you watch my video with allycarter earlier, right, which you're going to see some things with allycarter later on. If you join my live, you'll see she was messing with Snoop and she was underage. Other than that, man, like and subscribe to the channel, y'all. We going big places. We change the shit up, and it's all gas, no break on these celebrities. I don't care what y'all say. What do you have in your closet, man? The same. I got clothes in my closet, about 225 pair of shoes. That's what's in my closet. But a lot of y'all got flashlights up in y'all and like getting them. Some of y'all men that's in my comments. You dig? Like and subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. I won't tell. And you know the rest. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure to never get finesse and get plenty of rest. And hey, man, stop the human trafficking like Snoop should have and check out this video.